The role of leadership. Now, if I will take the example of myself, that I want to change my room or my house, what will I do? I will not do it on my own. I will get the guidance from someone. It can be my parents, my husband, my in-laws. So someone who can play the role of leadership. So leadership plays a crucial role in driving changes in the workplace. Effective leaders are able to inspire and motivate their teams to embrace new ideas and ways of working. They have a clear vision of what the future and are able to communicate it effectively to their team members. So if you're a team member and you know and you want some guidance about that, so you will take the leadership. One important quality of successful change leader is the ability to lead by example. They are willing to take risk and try new things themselves, which encourage others to do the same. If your leaders have that much motivation that yes, we can do this, if they give that motivation and that trust to their juniors, then they will also encourage and they will do the same. They also create a culture of the trust and open communication, which allows team members to feel comfortable sharing their ideas and concerns. Then there is creating a culture of change. Now, what is culture of change? Culture of change means creating a culture of change in the workplace is essential for staying competitive and relevant in today's fast-paced business world. Culture of change means, do you know what is culture of change? What does it mean that create a culture of change? Creating a culture of change means create an influencer and a community behavior. Means a good community behavior where you can discuss and you can create something. It's not like you are only having only seniors are getting treated good, juniors are treating separately. No, the juniors and the seniors, it's a one culture, and this should be changed. The ideas should be changed. The community behavior is basically called the culture change. It's a public policy. So creating that culture of change in the workplace is essential for staying competitive and relevant in today's fast-paced business world. And it starts with a mindset that values innovation and continuous improvement. Now here your mindset should be like we want to improve. Your mindset should be on the values, not on the who is listening and who are the members. Leadership plays a crucial role in creating this culture by setting an example of empowering employees to take the ownership of their ideas. Encouraging collaboration and open communication can also foster a sense of community and shared purpose, which can help drive changes initiative forward. So, if there is seniors and juniors, and some junior has given a good idea, so that is a culture of change that you give that junior opportunity to make it itself, to provide everything that what he think, make him own his idea. That is creating a culture of change. Then there is measuring success. So when you start changing something, you have to measure it. Okay, either there is improvement or not, we are getting on positive side or not, how we are going, are we reaching our goal or not. So these things should be measured when you are going through some changing, when you are implementing changing, and measuring your success rate. Either it is 1%, it is 2%, it is 10% or on which track it is. So metrics for success will vary depending on the nature of change initiative. For example, if the goal is to improve employee satisfaction, metrics could include staff turnover rates, absenteeism, the employees engagement surveys. If the goal is to increase revenue, metrics could include sales figure, customer feedback, and market share. It depends on what type of success you are measuring. And then what is the conclusion? Conclusion is change is not only necessary, but is also critical for the success for any business. As we have seen a modern workplace that embraces new technology and adapts to changing market conditions is essential for staying competitive and improving. So basically the conclusion is that we all fear of losing, but It is good to adapt the change for good, and not just like that. No, when you don't know anything, first understand it, first learn about it, and then implement it. There are special phases that how you implement your change. It's not like that you don't have a plan and you're going to change everything. Okay, so now we will start with carry out change impact analysis. How we will do that analysis on change impact? First of all, we will see that who is the change going to affect. Obviously, change will going to affect the productivity, the people, the customers. How will the change affect them, either in positive way or in the negative way? What measures can be taken to mitigate the impact of change? If there is some risk, how can we lower the risk of that change? Navigating the effects of change. Change is inevitable part of an organization, but it can be difficult to navigate the effect of change without a proper understanding of its impact. If we don't have understanding, if we don't have any goal, then we cannot analysis about the changings. By assessing potential risk and opportunities associated with the change, organizations can make more informed decisions about how to manage its effects. Understanding the impact of change is crucial for ensuring that stakeholders are prepared and able to adapt. It's important to consider not only the direct impact on individuals, but also the wider implications for the organization as a whole. By taking a holistic approach to change impact analysis, organization can minimize negative effects and maximize positive outcomes. If we don't have any knowledge, if we don't have any goal, and if we don't go with proper plan, then that change can harm us. But if we have the goal, if we have the plan, and we are going with the flow, we are going softly, and we are adapting that change, and we are adjusting that change into our system, then it can be maximize our positive outcomes. Who is the change going to affect? So change affects everyone in the organization, obviously, from the top level executive to the frontline workers. It is important to identify all of the stakeholders who will be impacted by the change and consider their perspective. This includes employees, customers, suppliers, shareholders, and other key stakeholders. Everyone that is including in that change plan, or that is linked with that organization, all those people will have been getting the benefit. Each stakeholders group will have different concerns and priorities when it comes to change. For example, employees may worry about job security or changing to their daily routines, while customer may be concerned about the quality of products. By taking time to understand these perspectives, organization can better manage the impact of change and ensure a smoother transition. Obviously, when there is some crucial time on organization or something is up to in the organization, the employees has to work more harder. So their concern will be, their time routine will be changed and everything. But if the results are good, then it will also brings the positive impact to that society. Employees understanding the impact of change. Why? What is the impact of change? Understanding that impact, either it is good or bad. How it is good, if it is good, how it is bad, how it is challenging, how we will handle the fall. These all are the understandings. Change can be profound impact of stakeholders at their work. It can affect their roles, responsibilities, and even their job security. For example, a change in technology may require employees to learn new skills and new procedures, which can be challenging and time consuming. So if there's something, there is a, for example, in many organization, for example, medical organization, there is an HMS record software that is being implemented. In that, what do? The doctor don't have to write prescriptions on the page. They just enroll the patient, and they send the data of that patient to that doctor's screen. So they just enter all the things on screen. Not what is that the person who is sending the sheet to the doctor, and the doctor itself have to learn about that HMS software. Now, another way that change can impact stakeholders is by changing their relationships with their stakeholders. For instance, a change in organizational structure may result in changing to reporting lines and communication channels, which can affect how stakeholders interact with each other. So that is really important. Then assessing the impact of change, you have to judge. There are several methods of assessing the impact of change, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. You will judge each and every change, that what that change has strength, what that change has the weakness. One common method is to conduct a stakeholder analysis, which involves identifying all stakeholders who will be affected by the change and analyzing their perspective and interest. This can help identify potential risk and opportunities associated with the change, as well as any resistance that may need to be addressed. Another method is to conduct a risk assessment, which involves identifying and analyzing potential risk associated with the change. This can help identifying areas where additional resources or planning may be needed, as well as potential opportunities for improvement. Finally, it is important to consider the impacts or the processes and the systems, and assesses how these may need to be modified or accommodate the change. Now, when you assess the impact of change, you will see that which part of our organization or our thing or product needs more attention, and which of part doesn't need, which we have to add something from where, which we part we have to improve. So in that way, we can make a good change. Then there is mitigating the impact of change. Change can be difficult and disruptive process, but there are strategies that can be employed to mitigate its negative effects and maximize the positive one. One effective strategy is to involve stakeholders in the change process from the beginning. All the stakeholders should be there when you are applying that changing process, providing them with a sense of ownership and investment in the outcome. Whatever the outcome will be, they will invest. Now here you will lower your responsibility, and it will be on the stakeholders and how they think. Another is to provide training and development opportunities to help stakeholders adapt the new circumstances, to tell about even all the new technologies and give them the training as well, that this is how the things will work, and it is on the edge that it can fall or it can rise. Additionally, effective communication and transparency throughout the change process can help build trust and reduce the resistance. Then communicating change to stakeholders. Now, why it is good to communicate change to stakeholders? Because it can help to reduce this uncertainty and build your trust, that everyone is on same page, everyone thinks like a one. If you have some concern, you will discuss with them. If they have some concern, they will discuss it with you. So the communication is very good. When communicating change, it is important to be clear, concise, and the consistent. Use simple language and avoid technical jargons and acronyms that may not be familiar to all stakeholders. Provide regular updates and opportunities. So you have to be updated with the stakeholders as well. Do you understand these slides? Or do you have any question? Then there is how you manage resistance to change. Now, managing, what department it is. It always depend on managing, how you manage all the things, how you manage your fall, how you manage your rise, how you manage that change. Now, those if change is disrupting your daily routine work or not, you have to manage that. Changing department should be separate, and daily working should be separate. Now, change can be difficult for many people, and resistance to be changed is a common reaction. Some reasons for this resistance include the fear of unknown, lack of trust in leadership, and concerns about job security. To manage resistance to change, it is important to communicate openly and honestly with stakeholders, involve them in the change process, and provide opportunities for feedback and input. So many employees have that concern that if something goes wrong, will our job will be secure still or not? If our company goes bankruptcy or some other issues, uh, uh, I would say money issues, if it goes in that, will our job will be secure or not? So it should be really important that you manage and you maintain that trust. Other strategies for managing resistance include addressing concerns and fears directly, providing training, sports to help stakeholders adapt to change, celebrating small success. If you celebrate small success, it will give the motivation to those people who are bringing that change. By taking a proactive approach to managing resistance, organization can minimize its impact and help ensure the success of the change initiatives. Now, training and development. Training is really important. Why? If you are not trained, then you cannot work on that. If on the development, the training and development are essential components of managing change effectively by providing stakeholders with the knowledge and skills they need to adapt to the new environment. Organization can minimize resistance and ensure a smoother transition. Now, for example, you were in college or school where teachers are behind the students, but now you are in university and you still want that. Then you won't survive in university. In university, it's reverse. You have to run before your after your teacher to learn, to seek knowledge, to again and again tell them, okay, I don't know this, I don't understand this. They don't call parent teacher meeting to tell your performance. It's on you. So training and development or to adapting a new environment is really important. Effective training and development programs should be tailored to the specific needs of each stakeholders group. For example, managers may require training on how to communicate the changings to their team, how they will tell the change to their team members, while frontline employees may need to training on the processes and technologies. Those employees that are included in the change plan should know how to use that technology. Testing and validation. Now, testing that change is really important. It's not like that you have implied imply the change at once. You will imply the change one by one. Now, one by one, what does it mean? That you will change, you will test either this change is for good or not, if it is harming our software or not, if it is intended achieving our goal or not. So validation is when they give the valid option that, okay, yes, this is good, you can do that, or we have to stop that. This is validation. Do you know the difference between now testing and validation? Now we will talk about measuring the success change. Now, how you measure the success change? You will keep the record. Now, as you can see here, it is the record of before change and it is the record of after change. Now, you will, in this kind, you can see, measure it. That change was good before or change was good after. So here you can see after that, it is really good. So you can say that this plan worked and you have reached your goal. So you have to measure the success change. You can make graphs, or you can measure, you can make records, you can do surveys and other things as well. Then continuous improvement. It's not that once you have done with your changes, you will stop there. No, after some time you have to improve it, you have to update it once more. After even some time, it can be after 1 month, after 2 months, after 6 months, but you have to do continuous improvement on your products or on your working. Then case study. Then you have to study that how it is going, how your improvements or your updations are going, either it is good or not. And new employees or the other employees need more training, they need more motivation, more training, more understanding what they need more. You have to do a case study on that. Even you have to do a case study on that, what people want from you, from your organization more, what more they can do. And how you can do that? You can make surveys, online survey you can conduct, you can ask questionnaires from the customers that what you want more. In this way you can improve more. Then now, what is the conclusion? In conclusion, change impact analysis is a crucial tool for managing the effects of change. By identifying the stakeholders who will be impacted by the change and understanding how it will affect them, organizations can better prepare for potential risk opportunities, assessing the impact of change, mitigating the negative effect, communicating effectively. Basically, it is good to change, to impact. It is a good impact of change analysis, but it is a most important and difficult part as well. Now, through the case studies, you will be seeing the successful implementation of change impact analysis in real world scenarios. By utilizing the strategies presented in the presentation, organization, and you can navigate the effects change and ensure its long-term success. And these are the references. And now, do you have any questions? Okay, it's all clear. I will ask some questions from it in the next lecture. So be prepared. And thank you so much, class.